Sometimes the weight of expectations tries to box us in the places we weren't meant to fit.
Welcome back to the Messy Middle. I'm Teresa.
And I'm Irene. And today's episode, my friends, is one that so many women need, but almost no one talks about honestly.
Oh my God, they're so true. So today we're talking about mind, mood, and in our midlives.
Ooh, the 3 M's. I love it. I love it. And for me, the biggest thing that feels heavier is the anxiety that I feel right now is new. I've always felt anxiousness trying to get things done with the kids, but the overwhelm feels heavier. My anxiety is new, and my mood swings, they just don't feel the way they used to. Before it used to be, oh, mommy's PMSing.
Yeah.
No, this is just a different, it's different, right?
Yeah,
And I
totally.
say to myself, why can't I handle things the way I used to? Like we talked about that last week. And I feel we're just still in our brain and our body thinks it's still in our 20s and 30s, but really we're not. And I just want to start by saying this clearly. We're not losing our mind.
Definitely not.
No. Right. But what are we asking for? Our body and our mind is asking for support. So today, ladies, it's all about the mind because last week we talked about our bodies. So Teresa, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is naming that emotional shift, right?
Mhm.
Like, let's normalize why so many women are like what we're experiencing. It's sudden irritability, like things that didn't just annoy the hell out of me. It's like, oh my God, your voice is going through me. You're annoying me. Like, and I'm a nice person. Like,
I know you are.
I shit out rainbows. Like, I feel like there are moments where I'm like, if you say another thing, I'm going to lunge at you.
Okay. I will make sure to stay out of your way on those days.
It's, the anxiety that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Last week was a perfect example. I think everybody knows, I work these two jobs and I signed up to, my first job, like we were going to be off on Monday and I was like, I'm going to take the extra hours. I could use it. I'll pay a bill. I gave myself such an anxiety attack, even though I offered myself for these hours, but I was overthinking and like overanalyzing. Oh my God.
Mm.
Gonna have the house. Okay, Teresa, make sure that you're not worrying about like walking into the house being a mess. And I'm like, I created that mess. I created that anxiety, feeling overstimulated. Am I giving myself too much caffeine, not enough water? Like all these things, like the brain fog. There are
Yeah.
moments where I'm like, what the fuck was I just saying? It's all these things that are happening that you experience in your midlife.
I can totally agree with you on a lot of things. I have this week off, so I've really focused. Yesterday, I spent the whole day, I was home. I took a shower in the morning. I said, I'm going to do one thing for myself. I took a shower and then I spent the rest of the day down here in this office. And you guys can't see it now, but I have two sides to the office. One side is my dad's things. It's very focused. I only do his things. And then the other side is my stuff, my personal stuff. So I have things here for work. I have things here for the podcast. I have things here personal, right? Things that I do for the family. I used to have all my doTERRA stuff and it just felt very overstimulated. And then when I sat down, it's because on this side of the office, I'm housing 4 different personalities, 4 different versions of me, and I needed to clear things out. And so that's what I want to talk about today, that it's not weakness. We're not becoming fragile. We're not becoming incapable, and we're not becoming unstable. It's just that our hormones are shifting. Our brain chemistry is different now. It's being affected. And our nervous system is overloaded. I was definitely overloaded. So what did I do? I literally took everything off the desk. And the only thing I needed to do yesterday was just focus on paying the bills. That was my only job when I came to this side. And I put everything else on the side. And I said, tomorrow I will start going through the piles and I will put it into 4 piles. And that's what I'm going to do today. And that just freed up my mental load. It was just so freeing. Yeah, it was so important for me to do that.
You said something really important to me. So it's like
Mhm.
the nervous system conversation,
Yes.
right? Like we need to talk about the nervous system. Decades, many women have been operating on high functioning survival mode. I'm one of them, right? Raising 2 children. I've always juggled 2 jobs. So if it wasn't the Terra business, I was always selling or doing something because I
Something.
do like that extra money, that money
Of
that
course.
kid says, I need $20, I need this, have it. Holding the house, making the house clean. I like a very clean house. Has it been like that in this last month, 2 months? It has not. Does that make me insane? 100%.
Hmm.
And then carrying the invisible emotional labor. Like, am I giving my son enough time? When my daughter calls me from college, am I like short with her because I just want to like hear that she's okay? But am I really living in that moment? And I think these are all conversations that we should unpack and really talk about because it is that nervous system, that like overload that we do for ourselves.
And that's something that I've really been trying to focus on a lot this past year. The nervous system has been running hot for years. It's like having your computer on all the time, your phone on all the time. We never press that reset button. We never say, take that breath. And now that we're in our midlife, we can't do this pace anymore. We can't keep running at the same pace. We can't keep juggling everything. Everything cannot be in the air at the same time. We question it. Why am I irritable? Why do I have anxiety? Why am, like you said, you're snapping at people faster? And it's not that mentally we're not fit. We are, but it's because of our nervous system and it's exhausted. So yesterday for me, just realizing that this side of my desk houses 4 different personalities. And when I come here, my brain doesn't know which one to work on first. It's like, all right, Irene, are you going to be your teacher center, Irene? Are you going to be coach in doTERRA, Irene? Are you going to be podcast, Irene? Are you going to be mommy, Irene, like the family, Irene? And that got to be very overwhelming. So I was like, I cleared everything off, put it on the floor, and I just had my bills out. And within 20 minutes, I finished them, closed everything, and then walked away. I said, that's it. That's all I'm doing for today because I don't want to exhaust my nervous system.
So it's so funny that you just said that because before we jumped on, I
Uh-huh.
made myself, me with my post-its. And
Of course, I love them.
I have my little, because I am a writer. So I have
Mhm.
my little notes for like work today. But I wrote myself a note and I said, today or this weekend, these are the things that have to get done.
Mm.
And why did I do it? Right? Like it's that mental load, right? Like I gave myself, okay, if it can't get done today, by Sunday, this needs to get done. And it's
Right.
because we emotionally overwhelm ourselves. So like that mental load doesn't really need to decrease in our midlife. It often increases because we're aging. We're dealing with aging parents,
Mhm.
dealing with teenagers. We're dealing with teenager problems. Now I'm talking to my daughter about like all her sorority things and like worrying about like, okay, what does this mean? Talking about all these conversations, career pressure. If something happens to my job, like, will I be able to pay for this? Like putting that load on me, marriage shifts. So like now we have one child out in college. Another child is in a blink of an eye is going to college.
Mhm.
Now it's like I keep on reminding myself we have to date all over again because like now we're in a different shift in our lives, right? Like, do we want to live in Staten Island? Do we want to move to Florida? Like I could get a job out there. So it's like all these things and then adding the financial stress. So
Of
it's like
course.
all of these things that we have as we get older, it increases.
I agree with you 100%. And then to add to all that list, that beautiful list that you put together, we have our hormones are fluctuating. So our stress tolerance is down here where before we were able to deal with that stress. So what used to feel like a 3 is now an 8. And a lot of women think, what's wrong with me? Ladies, listen, there is nothing wrong with you. Your capacity to hold things has changed. That's all it is, right? It's changed. Just like when we were talking last week about our body and now we have that belly or the clothes don't fit right. We just have to be gentle with ourselves and shift with that change and then change what we are holding,
Hmm. I mean, there's holistic foundations, right?
which I know that we're both so huge on, so huge. And I feel like it's changed my life over the last several years.
100%. Like we need to ground in this reality, right? When emotional wellness, it requires a holistic approach.
Mm-hmm.
They're not hacks.
Nope.
They're not toxic positivity. You're
Nope.
not pushing through. It requires sleep,
Mm.
protection. So, it's so funny. And, she's probably going to kill me that I brought her up 15 times today. And I'll forward more.
Julia?
Yes, to make sure she does. But like in the past, like I used to say, okay, text me the minute you get home, call me. And she does like to chat with me. And I don't want to disrupt my relationship with my daughter. I love it.
Course
It's so
not.
special to me. But now I need to make sure that she knows, text me to let me know you're safe. Call me if there's a problem. Your
Right.
dad's a night owl. Call your dad. Like I
Right.
need that sleep, right? If I
Mm-hmm.
don't get that sleep, I wake up with one eye down here because my skin is aging. So it's like now I'm doing things that are like spraying my pillow with lavender, putting lavender on my feet, making sure that I protect my sleep so my mind knows how to turn off and I
Right.
get good sleep. Nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a sugar addict. Since I've been on here, I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm not eating M&Ms, but when I get stressed, I eat my candy. I love
Yeah.
it. I've been very mindful since the beginning of the year, like
I
to
love it.
really, really control that sugar. You're great at it. You are so disciplined,
Because I've become self-aware and
right?
I'll see myself going down that spiral. It's almost like this outer body experience. So I'll see myself at the refrigerator looking for something and I'm out here and I'm saying, wait, why am I at the fridge? What is happening? And I'm like, oh, I catch myself. Okay. I'm stressing out right now because I don't know what to do next or I don't have that much time. So I step away. I try to distract myself. And then, most of the time it goes away. But
Yeah.
that takes work. That takes a lot of work to
But
become self-aware.
that's the word, being self-aware.
Mhm.
Movement. I told you I bought this vibration mat.
I know, I
I
love it.
am obsessed with it now, like obsessed with it. There is not a morning that does not happen that I am not on it. I am rotating my face this way where the jowls are going sideways. I'm on Instagram following, like I'm sitting on it. It's like
Mhm.
vibrating my butt and like weird sounds are coming out. Like I love it. It is just it has empowered me and it does give me that sense of like, okay, now I'm walking or jogging or doing something first thing in the morning.
Love it.
Your nervous system, there are tools that we have to still continue to use at our age.
Mhm.
Breathing. Like I
What a
breathe
thing, breathing.
I breathe so heavy when I'm pissed off, but when I'm calm, I am now like holding my chest and saying it's okay and breathing in. You're so good. I mean, we do have to tap into your breathing skills that you use and your
We will.
meditation skills. Um and then your journaling skills. You got me to
Mhm.
journal at night.
Right, but you already had that skill down. You were already journaling in the morning, so now, adding that one at night was just, again, that habit stacking, adding it to your evening routine. So it was already part of who you are, because like you said, every morning you like to journal. Now you're also adding it to your evening.
Yes, and honestly, like the social support, right? I have a friend who is so regimented that you've empowered me to be a better person. So knowing who your circle is, right? Like
Mhm.
I go to my sister for like that bonding family. I love to be around her. Like, but then I have friends that like, or cousins, and I have these support systems, but each person gives me something better. My sister is like the most organized. We need to focus on going on family time. I would never do anything if she didn't organize it. I lean on her for that support. I lean on you for the support of just empowering me as a human. So knowing who your support and your social circles are, I think are so important in this point of our lives.
Yeah. And you really touched upon these 5 big areas for ourselves, right? So we have sleep, nutrition, movement, nervous system, and social. And I feel that if one of them is out of sync, everything else kinds of falls apart, at least for us now. So it's so important that we try to get really dialed into all those 5 areas. And it's not about being perfect. Never. For me and for you, it's never been about being perfect, but it's about making progress and being proactive, advocating for ourselves. And when midlife is here, we need to stop reacting to the symptoms. We have to start listening to our body and we need to start building in those support systems. We have to start sharing, and I thought about this a lot today as we were getting ready for this, is that we need to share our tools. So we are going to share with you the tools that we use for sleep, nutrition, for movement, for our nervous system, and for our social support. Because we can talk about it till the cows come home, but unless we share with you what we are doing, and it doesn't mean that you're going to take everything that we're going to talk about today and make this long list. No, you're going to listen. You're going to pick the one area, right? This is coaching IB now. You're going to pick the one area out of those five. You're going to pick the one that you feel either A, you need the most support with, or B, the one that you can probably tackle immediately, because some other ones might require more from you. And you're going to listen to our tips and tools and the support systems that we have built in, and you're going to work on that. And that's all you're going to focus on. How does that sound to
I love it.
you?
So
Okay.
I think the whole thing is you don't want to just talk about this in theory,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Like we want to tell you what we actually do when our mood feels off. And I think that's what, as we're progressing in this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
goal is to share as much as we can because we're all going through this together.
Right. So because we're all living this, and I feel that because we're living this, we relate to everyone so beautifully. So my thing is all about anxiety. So when I feel that edge building up, that anxiety, that tightness in my chest, the irritability, the, oh my God, can this person please stop talking? The first thing that I do is I like to pause and regulate my nervous system. So a few things I'm going to share with everyone here today. One thing that I love to do, it's called X breath. And what it is you take you take an inhale for 2, exhale for 4, inhale for 3, exhale for 6, inhale for 4, exhale for 8. So let's try it now for a minute. Okay. So we're going to take 2 breaths in. And then when we exhale, we're going to exhale through our mouth and we're going to breathe it out slowly for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's try it again. Inhale for 2. 1, 2. Exhale for 4. 2, 3, 4. And I just do that. And it helps to bring me back to, being grounded and feeling good. And then one other thing that I like to do with the breath is I like to hold my breath at the top. So I'll inhale for 2. 1, 2. I'll hold it for a couple of seconds. And then I again exhale for 4. 3,
I
4.
felt my shoulders naturally dropping after we
Yeah. Right. And so next week I have another great one. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Do we have time to share this one with
Yeah.
everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this one that I love to do is called the cactus arm. So hopefully everybody can see me. So what I do is I lift my arm and I put it down and I see how far it goes. Like right now, my arm is going down here. So Teresa, I don't know if you want to try this with me. Who knew that we were going to be doing interactive stuff today? So arm is up, right, out to the side. And I put it down and I see where it stops. You don't force it.
Oh.
You don't go like this or anything like that. So now I'm taking off my glasses. So you're going to
Cool.
reset your optic nerve. You're going to keep your eyes open and cover your hands with your eyes. And we're going to take 3 collective deep breaths. So your eyes are going to be open. Your hands are going to be over your eyes. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So put your arm up now, again, like you did before. And now put your hand down. Did it go down further?
Yeah, a little bit. I've
Yeah.
noticed my hand drops too.
Yeah. So you just reset your nervous system. And for some people, they do that and others do it with their neck. So, you can look to the left, see where you are, do the breathing. And maybe you need to breathe 4 times. Maybe you need to breathe 5 times. But it's a good way to reset your nervous system because you're resetting your optic nerve. So
Wow, I love this.
another thing that I do is I remove myself from wherever I am if I can, and I just reset my environment, whether I go outside for 10 minutes. If I'm home, I'll walk to another room. If I'm at work, I excuse myself. I might use the bathroom. So reset your environment. The other thing, no phone. Step away from the phone because the phone causes a lot of anxiety.
100%.
Or if it's nice out, I love to walk barefoot on the ground outside, if possible. Usually that happens like during the springtime or the summertime because right now going out in the mud and the snow, sorry, but that's not like my cup of tea. Sorry. And then 2 things that I love to use, and I know we've kind of touched on it. Do I have it here with me? I do. So 2 oils that I love to use is Adaptive and Copaiba. So I put my Adaptive in a roller.
It's right by my
I
desk.
know. And so it's not magic, but it's
I
a cute,
love it.
right? My brain sees this little bottle and it's like, you're going to calm down now. And so I'll put some on my wrists, put some behind my ears because that's where your vagus nerve is. And when you activate your vagus nerve, you actually bring your body back to rest mode. And
You
then
know
I
what
also
else
put them-
I actually do this. I put it right underneath.
Okay.
Smell it. I mean, no one else uses this but me.
No. And you can do that too because the aroma goes into your brain
Yeah.
and activates the olfactory systems. Like
I
I'm
love it.
feeling like jelly right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm on vacation. So that's what I do for anxiety. So Teresa, what do you do for sleep?
So sleep is obviously so important to me.
Hmm.
I am somebody who literally could wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and start thinking about things. And so I don't spiral. I sure before I go to bed, no TV on,
Okay.
no phone scrolling.
Mm,
Like I give myself a half hour and I'm pretty regimented. I have to let my dog into my room.
yeah, of
Sorry.
course.
I'm pretty regimented with my like social media. I've been really mindful of like I give myself a certain amount of time. I don't go into the social media hole, but I like make sure I give myself a good 40 minutes before I go to bed if I'm going to tap into it that
Right.
I don't touch it. So 40 minutes before bedtime, I'm putting lavender on my feet.
Hmm.
I told you I'm a big person that like at the end of the night, and not everybody is this person, but I am. I take a shower and I
Mm,
release my day. So I have eucalyptus hanging in my shower because I love the smell of it. It opens up everything. And I just kind of just wash away the day.
I love that. The
I
first
wa-
time you shared that with me, that visualization is
I watch everything and everything that bothers me go down that drain and say, "Oh, it's okay. It's gone. The day's gone. It's
yeah.
not, you know what? We could reset." So the lavender on my feet, I take magnesium. My husband's a big believer of magnesium. There's a brand called Pure out
Hmm.
there, really good, clean brands, but I take that every night. And I just make sure, like, I say my prayers like I always do, and I do my skincare. So my skincare kind of like for me is like ensuring I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing all the things that I want to do. I'm obsessed with this stuff. It's from Paula's Choice.
Hmm.
I keep it right here on my little thing. I rub it on
Okay.
my skin. It's for tightening. And then I will just go to sleep with everything off.
I love
And
that.
that's how I sleep through the night. It taught me that like sleep is important. I wake up
Hmm.
ready to conquer it. There are times that I still do wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I think about things, but then I go back into, using my lavender, sometimes putting it on my chest, spraying my pillow a little bit more. I do things that just like help reset me to get back into my sleep mode.
That's great. I love that. I love that. So for me, the other thing was I used to start my day with coffee and sugar and creamer, and people would look at my coffee and say, "You drinking coffee or you drinking milk?" Because there was so much creamer and sugar in there. And so this might not be for everyone, but this is what works for me. And I just want to put it out there for people. I do the intermittent fasting. So I always start off my morning with a warm cup of water with some lemon oil in there. I put it in there and I feel it just really cleanses my body, hydrates me because during the night we lose hydration, right? I know I'm sweating at night and I know you're sweating at night and I'm sure our listeners are also sweating at night. So hydration first for me, then I'll have my coffee and I usually put some MCT oil in there because it really helps to boost the brain. It curbs the cravings.
Mm.
And then when I break my fast, I always do a protein with a healthy fat and some fiber
Oh,
because that helps to regulate me. And because if I start with sugar, whether it's a bagel or a muffin or a Danish, yeah, it feels really good at that moment. But then it like my sugar spikes and then I crash. And so I found out that I needed to stabilize my blood sugar levels. So that's what I do for me in the morning.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, I just started like before I get myself the cup of coffee because I do
Hmm.
still want that. I drink from my jug. Like
Yeah.
my jug is filled up at night. So the first thing I do, so already it's what, 10 o'clock, an hour later, I've already had drank some of it. So I drink
Right.
water first thing in the morning before I give myself that.
That's great. Yeah. Before we go on, I just want to say something. You've hit on that twice. You get yourself ready from the night before. You got
Mm-hmm.
your water ready the night before. You set yourself up for success the night before by doing your skincare and ensuring that everything is in its place. So a lot of this has to do with your evening routine being on point and dialed in for the next day to be successful. So I just needed to point that out that I love that you are getting your nighttime routine so dialed in for everyone.
I mean, I think it's really important, right? Like I
Hmm.
want to end the day right and I want to start the day right. And then whatever happens in the middle of the day, I really like it's fine. Um,
Hmm.
And I think that's so important for me, at least, for
Yes,
my
yes,
personality.
absolutely.
Um, I know we are diving into this nervous system.
Hmm.
So daily routines that work for me, this vibration mat might be a phase right now. In
Take
six
it.
months, I might not use it, but I have to say, my alarm clock goes off at 5 o'clock. I pop up. The first thing I'm doing is jumping on this vibration mat.
Hmm.
As I'm doing it, I'm saying my prayers. So now I've combined two important things to me. So I'm like, that's 10 minutes of my prayer time, 10 minutes of not listening to the news, not starting my day off of things that are really important to me,
Hmm.
and just focusing on that meditation moment, right? That
Hmm.
moment where it's just Teresa. It's Teresa taking care of herself. It's Teresa, the values, the prayers, the
Hmm.
moment of like how to set my day, set the tone. Because if I control all of those things, that's controlling my nervous system, right? Like
Yep.
I'm not doing anything that's not going to set me up for success in that morning. And I think for me, at least, that seems to be working really well.
Yeah. No, I love the fact that you take care of yourself in the morning because it sets the tone and the intention for the rest of your day. And
And
like
it's
you
10
said, when
minutes.
something happens in the middle of the day, you've already set yourself up for success because you can handle it.
Yeah,
You've given yourself that bandwidth.
it's 10
Yeah,
minutes.
that's
So
all it takes.
I'm like, I just hit 3 important things in my life, 10 minutes in the morning. So
Mhm.
by 5:15, because by the time I get off of it and kiss my dog 100 times, um, I'm like, by 5:15, I've done things that are really important for me.
That's great. So one thing, we all know that movement is so important for us. We need to move our body. We can't just sit on the couch, binge watching. I've been binge watching Yellowstone lately. You can't do that. We need to move intentionally. But I had to shift my mindset from punishing workouts because I don't like to go to the gym, but I know how important it is to move my body, to being more supportive of my movement. So one thing that I love, and I know I've shared this before, is walking.
Mm.
In the mornings when it's not so cold out, I'll bundle myself up, I'll put on a podcast and I will walk. Or I'll even listen to like meditation type music, like nature sounds, just something. And it's just me by myself, no distractions, and just walking. And it has been so great for my nervous system, for my body, just for everything. The other thing that I do is I do squats.
I remember.
You remember my squats? So last night we came home from dinner and I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth and I'm doing my squats. I did 20 squats while I was brushing my teeth. Again, like you said, you're doing the habit stacking. You're on your plate, you do your prayer.
Mhm.
And so finding those intentional habits and putting them together is great. And then I'm trying to do some strength training, maybe lift a little bit of weights. I have like 2, 3 pound weights around the house. So while I'm watching TV, I'm doing it. It's not as intentional as I would like it to be, but I've noticed because I've increased the movement, I'm not as irritable anymore.
100%.
Less
100%.
cortisol spikes. So for me, the movement has been key.
Yeah. And the last thing that,
Mhm.
it's the social support, right?
Yeah.
Not
Mhm.
social media looking at each other saying, oh, wow, how is she looking like that? Or, my God, look how perfect her family is. Or, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, like blah, 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 blah. I think it's choosing who we speak to and just having that support system. I think that's really important to talk to people and
Mhm.
lean into people and lean into the right people, right? There are people that I chat with just because it's fun and it's gossipy and it's just like it's like all lighthearted and silly. There are people like who motivate me. There are people
Mhm.
that empower me. So just ensuring that like who's in that circle is really moving you along. And I think that's really important. Like to have like not an isolation, like
No.
nothing that's going to like bring you back down. Be around people that are going to uplift you. The connection that diffuses the nonsense is so important.
Wow. So we know, and I know I'm sorry that ladies, that this episode's taking a little longer, but we felt it was so important to really dive in to this because it affects us. It
Yeah.
affects every single part of our life. And we're not doing things perfectly. We're supporting ourselves intentionally. And that's, for me, that's been the difference in the midlife. So yeah. And what happens, Teresa, when, like right now we're talking and we're feeling good, but let's say I'm trying these things and it doesn't work out for me and I'm feeling more and more helpless and the anxiety is through the roof. What should our friends do?
I think, I think it's important, one, for us to support each other and lift
Mhm.
each other up, right? So, like, supporting our minds intentionally is huge, but we also want to say this clearly. Like, if you're experiencing depression, panic attacks, your mood changes, feelings of like not feeling great about yourself, it's okay to like reach out to a professional
Mhm.
doctor and get the help that you need. Like, I go speak to somebody, I went weekly and then I turned it to every other week and then I went to monthly. There's different things to do. There could be therapy, right? Speaking to somebody. There could be hormonal therapy.
Mhm.
There could be medication when it's appropriate. Support is strength, not failure. And I think that is like key, right? Like we just always think that we have to be perfect. And when we're not perfect, it's failure.
And we have to, again, we keep talking about this. We need to change the lens that we're looking at our emotions through. We're not breaking down. We are changing. We're recalibrating. It's like that GPS. When you get lost, doesn't it recalibrate? Doesn't it say, nope, you're going to go this way? So what if we change the pace? What if we start setting those boundaries and what boundaries are necessary? And what if the patterns that you had before don't serve you anymore? Your brain is changing. Our bodies are changing, our hormones are shifting. And the big thing for us is that your identity is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the same person that we were. We're not, the 20 or 30-year-old where we were out dancing or drinking or starting a family. We're different now, and it's a transition. And I feel like we just need to give ourselves permission to feel that.
I mean, I think emotional permission is key,
Mm,
right? Like you don't have to apologize for being more sensitive. You just don't.
no, no. And you don't have to shame yourself for needing more rest. Nope. This is where I am right now. And I love what you said earlier about surrounding yourself with key people to
Yeah.
support you.
You don't have to, label yourself as too much. Like we have many different personalities, right? We have many different roles.
Yep.
Like I think it's choosing to lean into like making yourself better
Mm,
physically, mentally, however you want at this point in your life, right?
yep. And you're not losing your mind. We just have to support ourselves differently. That's all it is.
Yeah, so I think today's episode was key. I really was excited about it
Me too.
because if your nervous system is asking for support, that includes looking for what's surrounding yourself in your life, right? I think that is so important. Make those minor, and they seem like big changes, but they are really minor. It took me
Yep.
a while to realize 10 minutes in the morning, it's walking from my bedroom to the kitchen. It's not that hard. And it took me
No,
so long to lean into it. It's just do it, Teresa. Just freaking do it. Rip the band aid off.
that's it.
So I think this week is important.
It was. And we are brilliant. We just brought everything full circle, which leads us to next week. We are diving into adult friendships. And you hit on it before, that social support and grieving the friendships that have changed,
Mm-hmm.
making space for relationships that actually support who we are right now in this moment.
I love that. I have a lot to say about friendships.
My God, I cannot wait for next week's episode. And ladies, if this episode has spoken to you, if there was something here that you loved, something that you want to share with us, what you do for sleep, nutrition, movement, nervous system, or social support, please put it in the comments. We would love to hear from you, and share this, like this with your friends. And until next week, my friends, enjoy your weekend.
You got this, ladies. Bye.
We've got scars that tell